sandal. Big storm brewing, boys. Got 5 more traps to check. The road is so rough out here, it's shocking. The storm might go around us, but it might hit us as well. So I'll try and get these last traps checked. It might just go over the top of us with a bit of luck. Look at this. We just got back, didn't we, dogs? What was that just hit? The last couple of kilometres were the worst, weren't they, eh, Brandon? We could hardly see, and there was water just pouring down the road, limbs coming off trees. So I got here and got the swag in under cover and closed a couple of things down so nothing will get too badly wrecked, but it was a good storm. You're a bad boy, Joe. You're a bad boy, Joe. He's one of the most affectionate dogs I've ever had, this Brandon. He is a beautiful, beautiful dog. I've given you a really wacko name, mate, but anyway, from now on we'll just call you Joe, right? Yeah. So that's the end of day 4, 3 nights, 1 dog. Things will change. Well, it's about 6:30 in the morning, and we're heading out now to check the first traps. It'll be a bit greasy, but the country was so dry beforehand, the rain has just soaked straight up. I've got 48 millimetres, so what's that? Just under 2 inches in the whole scheme. One good thing is that any tracks we see, we know are fresh. We can age what we see now. Well, we just arrived here to one of the trap sets. Beautiful spot. And I caught a dog here 2 programs ago. Right, I've got a trap set here, and it's basically weathered that storm pretty well. This branch has come across it, which could affect it, right? But it's washed a bit of the debris off that wire, but that's not going to worry these animals. And you can see a little bit of the pan exposed there. Probably wouldn't have been enough scent left there to attract the dog in if something had come along, but around this side of the property we've seen 1 set of old tracks and there's been nothing working. So the best thing I can do is pull some of these traps that aren't performing and get over there and get that job done. So we'll pull this one. Let's see if it works. Perfect. Well, here's another trap, and yeah, the rain has washed a bit off the top of it, washed the dirt right off, so the chains exposed. So any dog coming along here would look at this and go, ooh, something in the ground there. There's someone that lost everything in the drought. I'm never going to complain about rain. Uh-oh. I have temporarily ceased forward motion. Not bad, not bad. What I'm going to do is take my Hayes wire strainers and a bit of wire cable and a shackle. I'll hook off that strainer post over there. And I'll just ease this little girl forward and I think she'll be alright. Well, I don't have a set of max tracks, but this is the next best thing. Find yourself a dead iron bark and get the slabs of bark off it like this. What I'll do is I'll get something under the back of the truck, I'll jack it up, get these underneath, and these are our bush max tracks. This is me about 2 hours later on. I thought I was going to walk out and it didn't. Can't call anybody because everybody's away there now today at the homestead. And I haven't got one of the private channel radios. Nobody else is on my channel. It's about 10 k's to walk back. I just thought I could make it through. I've jacked it up with a small jack. Got bark underneath the wheels. It's just turned to slop. Skunk, you're no good at all, mate. I hooked on my Hayes wire strainers here. I'm going to slowly winch it out. Just slowly get it out up onto hard ground. We're out. I tell you, I'm absolutely exhausted. You've done nothing except sleep. I think what the problem is, something's shorn off in the four-wheel drive. Because the front wheel aren't spinning at all. The hubs are in. It's in gear. I've shorn something off. Pinion. Into the workshop with it. Hey Dale, do you want me to bring my washing home or do it down here? I thought so. Creeks up a little bit from that rain last night. Come down here. Fresh tracks. Fresh tracks. I think it's just a single dog. Come through here. Probably the same dog. Just like a real big pup. Probably about 8 months old, something like that. So I'll check the other traps, and this could be a place to get one in here somewhere too. I hope all you girls are around this trap site because there's something in here. Nope. I think I just wrecked it. So we got dogs all around us. We got a dog up here, one here, I think 2 there. Right, we've come along to check traps now in the cruiser. Seeing the buggy's having issues. I've freshened up this trap. It was all washed away with the rain we had. Put more scent out here. And as I walked across the road, here's scratch marks. Or a dog scratch there. It's probably marked on that tussock in the middle of the road. Come right down the road. So that's fresh. That's since the rain. So I put a second trap over there. I'd actually taken that trap out because we caught a goanna in it the other day. I let him go. So I took that trap out, but I've put it back in there again now and just put scat on that. I've got a longer distance call over here. It's certainly been a tough run so far. We've had 2 nights of rain and the dogs haven't been where they were last time, so it's been a case of setting a lot of traps, and I've actually pulled them back because there's no tracks there at all on that end of the property. And we've had a problem with the buggy. I wouldn't go in 4-wheel drive yesterday, we got bogged. And today we went over a cattle grid and there was a bit of a jar and it just stopped. No spark at all to the spark plugs. So I don't know whether it's done a coil or I really don't know. But anyway, we're coming down here now onto the triple set we put on the wet gully. And I do have dog tracks going down the road here, right in front of us. Doesn't look good so far. 3 sets down here and I don't see any dogs moving. About the time in the program where you look at yourself and you say, what am I doing wrong? These dogs come down over the top of my wheel marks when we come out here skidding and sliding in the rain there last night. Their dogs come down afterwards. So maybe it's come down through. There's another track there. A couple of dogs actually. Maybe they've come through when the rain was just hammering down. Tracks there. Trap there, they've gone right past it. Right past it. Probably the scent's been washed off. Okay, I've got a trap set here. I've put a leg off a beast that was killed for meat. A hock there. bit of skin I've wired up on the end of that log. This is where these dogs were the other day, and the one I saw was only up here about 300 metres. So they're hanging around here. Let's give them something that they really like. There's a trap there, there's a trap over there. Well, here we are, the gang and I, on day 7. This will be checking night 6. We've got one dog down. Terribly slow start, but there's been a few different reasons. First couple of days was so humid, it was like everything was down on the water. It was very hard to get animals to move. Goannas, I have never seen so many goannas. This is true. Never seen so many goannas in my whole life. Robbie, that's no way to treat a big old goanna, okay? Especially if he's got half his tail missing. Robbie, come. Shouldn't treat big old goannas like that, Robbie. Nope, no. To say we've seen 100 big goannas, is not lying. You put a drag something on the road, like a beast leg that we had there the other day, and everywhere you go there's big goannas going down the road. So they're just literally destroying every trap. If they're not getting themselves caught, they're going to the scent markers, and they're taking the scent markers that we're putting up there and sweeping the tops of the traps, knocking bark and leaves and exposing the traps as they drag the tail over the top. So huge problem. Yeah, cattle, we've had a lot of trouble. Well, I think we would have had those 4 dogs in that one hit there the other day, because they were on top of the traps right there at them, and all the traps were wrecked by the cattle. So it's been slow going, but we're set up now. We've had 2 nights of rain, heavy rain. We had, I think it was 48, 50 mils on top of it there one night, and it just literally washed everything out. And the second night after that, we've actually got dogs that came through in the rain right past traps. So we've been a bit unlucky. I think things are going to change. You ready? You reckon, Brandon? Now, yesterday when we were howling up on top of this hill, getting the replies back from here. We walked down through here to try and get closer to the dogs, and as we come through this street crossing here, there was tracks everywhere. You wouldn't realise there's been a track there now because the cattle have been right over the top of it. Right, we're coming up now onto the spot where I shot that dog a couple of days ago, and I really do think there's 4 or 5 younger dogs living here. Not easy, they just don't want to commit to anything, but I feel we could have something here this morning. I really do. Fingers crossed, eh? That's 3 big goannas on the one trap set here. So this is where we saw all those dogs the other day where I shot that one. And we're trying to keep our traps active. And I've got 3 goannas right here. 4th one up at the other sets. I'm just looking across, here's another one. Alright, we've come down to the 3rd property, and this is a place where we've got a little bit of room. There's some harvested paddocks here and a couple of good pass-throughs where dogs are coming out of the timber country. They've actually seen them coming through here. There's tracks in the gateway and a lagoon that they kick around down here on, so there's some really good places where cattle won't get at us. Here's a great little billabong. Runs through the middle of this property here. I can look from here, I can see dog tracks with the naked eye going around the edges over here. So I'll put one down here on one of these stumps. Probably just around the corner on the stump over here, I reckon, out of sight. Chain it off and probably put just bitches urine on that one. Because if it's food based, we're probably going to have turtles, we'll have water rats, we'll have ducks. So I'll just put something smells like dog, so hopefully only a dog will come at it. That's the theory anyway. A lot of people get locked up for theories. Haven't got me yet. Right, I've come down to this beautiful little side here. Little lagoon, little billabong. And great place for a dog to be coming around looking for things dead, like dead flying fox in the fence. There'll be little ducklings and mice, frogs, all that sort of stuff. Okay, we haven't got much time now. It's not far off dark. So I think I'll set up with probably 3 traps here. I'll put a couple of different lures. Cattle can't get in here. It's a great thing. We'll have goannas, but I still think this is a top spot right on the edge of this billabong. And with a long distance call here, long distance lure, we should be able to blow right back up this gully. It's like a predominant southeasterly breeze. See what happens. After that rain, it's like as if everything's gone high. Way back up into the hills here, into the state forest, national parks. And I can't find a fresh dog track on the roads here to save myself. But today is another day. They will come back when they're good and ready. Right, that was a bit of a surprise. This morning I came round and covered some of our sets because they're going to be mustering in this paddock. And I've only just got back here now just before dark, and I've quickly come in to take the covers off. And anyway, when I got to the creek crossing, what I found this morning was a dead cow at the creek crossing. Anyway, when I got to the creek crossing, here is a dingo on the cow as I got there, and it just streaked off up this hill up here. And it's been chewing at the neck of the cow, so what I did, I quickly just straight away put a trap straight in where its tracks were of its front feet, and just chained off straight onto the front leg of the cow, put a bit of mud and that over the top of it to try and make it look like what it was before, and I think we've got a chance of picking this dog up. Skunk, you're happy to be back in the front seat, dude, eh? Well, I think you were lost there for a little bit, mate. No buggy, locked up in the back of the Toyota, eh? No good. I still think this morning we've got 1 or maybe 2. I think today will be the change, will be the start of something. What have we got? This is where I thought we might get one this morning. No, nothing. Skunk. I think I can see something, skunk. Sit. Sit, sit. I just refreshed this trap last night with a bit of stinger. Yes. Have our first trap dog. Well, we were only at this trap last night. This was the last trap that we freshened up, and this dog's come straight into it. Good dogs. Little bitch. Good boy Brandon. Ah! Sit! Sit! On truck, on truck, get on truck, on truck, on truck, on truck, on truck, on truck, on truck. Young bitch. Good strong dog. Well, that's broken the drought. That's 2. It's the first one we've trapped, shot 1. First one we've trapped. I said last night I reckon I had 3 dogs on the line, and here we go, it started.